Now this is actually hilarious because literally the last 2 leg workouts I did, I have recently just started doing this before Jeff's video's out, and I have proof because I posted a leg day video where I started doing that before this video. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, Jeff Nippard just posted a video and I just watched it. It's 7 exercises that you are probably not doing, so we're going to be giving it a watch, and I'm going to be letting you know if I think they are actually great exercises or if I think you should skip them.
Improve your shoulder health, grow your forearms, increase core strength, decompress your spine, and improve muscular endurance. It's a dead hang. And if you've never tested your max dead hang time, try it out next time you go to the gym. I actually just tested my own max time after coaching my friend Majd in a Mr. Beast challenge where he'd win $1,000 for every second he could dead hang.
Dead hang. Now, personally, I don't even really classify this as an exercise. I kind of think of it more as like a way to loosen up your joints and stuff like that. So while yes, it will train like your grip and stuff, I mean, I don't really think of it as an exercise. I would think of it as something that should be a part of your mobility routine and stuff like that. I do agree with the benefits that he stated in the video. It can improve shoulder health, reduce the compression on your spine from, like, you know, walking around, sitting all day and stuff like that. So I do think you should do dead hangs. I think they have benefits, but like for hypertrophy and muscle growth, stuff like that, no real benefit there. It's mainly joint health and, you know, to reduce compression on your spine, but I think it is good.
Next exercise takes a standard dumbbell curl and makes it just a little more effective, at least in theory. I call it the Zottman hammer curl, named after 1800 strongman George Zottman. I just modified it a bit. Here's the idea. With a regular curl, maybe you can lift 20 pounds on the way up, but you could easily control 40 pounds on the way back down. That's because you're about 40 or 50% stronger on the negative than you are on the positive. So with a standard dumbbell curl, you're always overloading the positive more than the negative. The negative never gets fully challenged. But since the negative is crucial for muscle growth, I think it makes a lot of sense to overload it to its full potential. One way to do that is to curl the weight up on your own and then have a partner apply extra resistance on the negative. But that feels awkward. So instead, what you can do is use simple biomechanics to make the weight effectively heavier on the negative. Here's what you do. Curl the weight up with a hammer grip and then lower the weight back down with a palms up supinated grip. By using a hammer grip on the positive, your brachialis and brachioradialis can come in and help out, and then when you switch to the supinated grip on the negative, your biceps are forced to take the load.
Okay, so he's got these like hammer Zottman curls. For me anyway, I never really liked Zottman curls at all. I think they're kind of trash, just in my opinion. I don't like them. If you like them, by all means keep doing them. But the way he has it set up here is you do hammer curl on the negative, so it's easier, and then, you know, supinated curl on the way down, so it's harder. But in my experience, I can curl up way more, or I can curl more with a supinated grip than with a hammer grip. So in my opinion, I think he should have it backwards. I think doing a hammer is harder because you are disengaging the bicep. Realistically, the brachialis and brachioradialis should still be firing when you do supinated curls. The only difference is you're engaging the bicep more, which should make you stronger when you do supinated curls. Like, try doing any back exercise and do it with a pronated grip like this or a hammer grip, and then try with a supinated grip. You're always stronger with the supinated grip. So for me, I think it should be the other way around. Now, I don't know, maybe for him, maybe he's stronger with a hammer grip, but for me personally, I'm definitely much stronger with a supinated grip, and I also don't think the majority of people need to be doing hammer curls because the brachialis and brachioradialis get trained super hard on all your back work. Now, if those are two weak muscles for you, then I guess that's okay, but I think for me and the majority of people, you want to be doing supinated curls all the way and stuff like that. So this one, a bit of a miss, but again, if you like the exercise, by all means, it's still gonna work, still gonna grow your biceps and your arms, but in my opinion, I'm not a big fan.
Okay, this next exercise I've been doing every week all year, and I absolutely love it for the side delts. It takes a standard dumbbell lateral raise and makes it feel a lot better, at least for me. It's the Incline dumbbell Y raise. Set up a bench at a roughly 20 to 30 degree incline. It should feel like you're leaning pretty far back. Brace your upper back against the bench and lift your chest up. With the dumbbells at your sides, lift them up and out in a Y. Think about squeezing your side delt fibers together to move the weight up, and then feel them stretch apart on the way down. Once you get to the point where the dumbbells are back at your sides, start your next rep. So don't let the dumbbells swing all the way back until they're hanging vertically, because again, you'll lose that tension.
All right, this like incline dumbbell Y raise, I think this can be a fantastic variation. I think that everything he said there is valid, you know, especially with dumbbells. Like, it's such a lopsided resistance curve, it doesn't feel as smooth. So I do think, you know, maintaining that constant tension with during the range of motion, stuff like that, could be beneficial for like mind muscle connection and stuff like that. And I think my mind muscle connection with my side delts anyway is actually not that great, so I'll have to give this one a shot. I think it looks pretty solid. I think I would actually like this one, so I would definitely recommend it.
I don't think I've seen many people do this one outside of my audience. It's the sideways facing one arm rear delt fly on the pec deck machine. First, I should explain why it is that I like them so much. It's really because this is the only way to get a full range of motion for your rear delts on this machine.
Yeah, that's very true. And another benefit I find from doing the because I actually, this is the one this exercise right here is the one exception I make for doing single arm at a time, because the way I always used to do cable crossover reverse flies or whatever is I would do it both arms like this, and my mid traps would always take over. Like, I do that, mid trap sore. It's never my rear delts being the limiting factor and stuff. So this variation, when I stretch across like this, and Jeff likes to go all the way like this to get a full range of motion, I think that's fine too, but for me, that just engages my mid traps. So what I like to do is I only like to go halfway here, and that for me anyway, it just allows me, I get a great mind muscle connection with my rear delts, and it's the only one where, like, I actually did them yesterday and my rear delts are sore and not my mid traps. So finally, I'm actually targeting the rear delt versus the mid traps. I find when I go all the way back like that and really pinch my traps, they just end up taking over. So I like this. I know, you know, most of you probably won't be doing this, but this is actually an exercise that I completely rate for rear delt isolation. And again, like I said, the only exception I make for the reasons I just stated.
Okay. Next one is a pretty uncommon ab exercise that I've been doing every week on my cut so far. Dragon flags. It is a classic though, and it was actually Bruce Lee's go-to move for building up his incredible core strength.
I actually first saw this exercise or whatever for the abs in Rocky 4 when he was doing the training montage and stuff. You guys know what it is. So I actually, honestly, when I used to train my abs all the time, I would actually do these, and I could do them freaking good, man. So it is a very hard exercise, but I do think it is a great exercise for the abs. But I don't think you need to train your abs at all, and Jeff will also states in the video that if you want your abs to be seen, you know, as a man, you got to be around, like, for like a nice six pack, like 12-15% at least. For a woman, maybe around like 20 to 25% to start seeing a little bit of ab definition and stuff like that. So I don't think you need to train your abs, and I never train my abs ever anymore, and they're arguably my best body part, my abs and obliques and stuff like that. I think they pop really good on stage. I'll put up a photo if I'm not lazy and want to show you guys me on stage in my ab and thigh. Literally my abs in my midsection there, one of my best features. So I really don't think you need to train abs. I think that ab training is really overrated, especially those like freaking 10-minute workout videos. But that's not what Jeff's saying in the video. I just think it's overrated because pretty much abs are built, or not built, but in order to see them, they're made in the kitchen. And really, you don't want to train your abs, because what's going to happen is if you train your abs, get your obliques and abs thicker, that's just going to make your waist wider, going to detract from your aesthetics. We want to keep the waist really, really small with wide shoulders and flaring quads to give us that X frame. So I personally don't think ab training is necessary at all, and I think it can actually hinder your ability in bodybuilding and stuff like that. So I mean, do it if you want, but me personally, I don't think you need to train your abs. But I think this exercise, if you are going to train your abs, is a great option.
Underrated back builders out there, and most people have probably never heard of it. It's called the Kelso shrug, and it's amazing for back thickness because it completely isolates your mid-traps and rhomboids without fatiguing your lower back or involving your biceps. Now, despite the name, it really is more like a row than a shrug. With a standard row, you bend your elbows and squeeze your back together at the same time. But with the Kelso shrug, your elbows stay locked and you completely isolate the back squeeze.
Kelso shrug, a fantastic mid-back builder. I do this all the time. When I do rows on my last set, I'll do a drop set, and then to do like another kind of drop set, I'll do Kelso shrugs at the end. And I actually got this from Jeff Nippard. I was watching his videos and stuff like that, previously. I believe he's mentioned it in a couple videos, and I started doing them, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. So if you're really trying to bring up back thickness, Kelso shrugs are amazing. I kind of like to use them as a superset with normal rows, but if you want to do them as its own exercise or its own set, trying to bring up your back thickness, I think that's also a fantastic way to do that, because it takes out the lats and the biceps from the movement.
All right, let's finish with the least known exercise on my list. This is the seated cable deadlift. I think this is an awesome glute and hamstring exercise, and I have no idea why more people don't do it.
Now, this is actually hilarious, because literally the last 2 leg workouts I did, I have recently just started doing this before Jeff's video's out, and I have proof because I posted a leg day video where I started doing that before this video dropped. So I knew the last exercise, and I actually have been really liking this exercise recently. I find I can get a great mind-muscle connection with my hamstrings, and honestly, I don't even like to do like a full lockout of the top. I like to leave a little bit of tension because I do it more like an RDL, and honestly, I think it's amazing. I think it's a little bit less fatiguing than the standard barbell deadlift because there's less stabilizer muscles while providing the same stimulus to your glutes and hamstrings. And I actually also feel my erectors working a little bit more on this as well, so that's another bonus. So last exercise, I think this one is actually amazing, and I think more people should actually try it out. Like Jeff says in the video, it's not like it's better than the deadlift or a standard RDL. It's just another option, and I actually think this is a great option. So overall, I think Jeff's 7 exercises are pretty damn good. So yeah, many of them are not well known and not many people do them, but they are actually fantastic exercises for the most part. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Let me know in the comments, do you do any of these exercises, and are you gonna try any of them after watching this video? I'll have Jeff's original video linked in the description as well. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.